take you now to Kermit the Frog with another fast-breaking news story.
Yeah, well, you better take a wide picture of it, because his nose grows and we don't want to blow it. The picture, not the nose.
Yeah, you want to see me lie and have my nose get longer?
Yes, would you please?
Get this, folks. My name is Abraham Lincoln and I'm 500 feet tall.
How about that? You see that, folks? The nose did indeed get longer. Talk about a nose for news.
Oh my God! Wow!
I can't hear you yet, so maybe if I put my headphones on, I'll be able to hear you.
Okay.
Let me adjust my camera.
Okay. Get ready. Get ready. So, if you guys really want to understand why these small little group of frauds don't like me, it's because I beat the shit out of them in a debate in February or March. I mean, wait until you watch. And I'm just going to start this thing and I'm just going to let you guys watch it. And I'm going to leave it on my backup channel because I beat the shit out of these guys. When I would actually associate with people because I thought it was safe to associate with people, I beat the fucking shit out of them. And I could beat the fuck out of anybody in a debate, but the truth is, no one really wants to debate me in an open forum because they know that this old brain right here is just bigger than theirs.
So this is what you've been reduced to now, Chilli. Reminiscing over past failures and trying to rewrite history into a winning goal for you. You are pathetic. You are totally pathetic, mate. Right, so no one will debate you because you'll beat them physically and mentally because you got a big brain. Fucking hell, man, you are delusional. For a start off, Team Skeptic wiped the fucking floor with you. You can't stand it. You can't take it because your fragile ego is shattered to pieces. He absolutely demolished you on that day. And then you quit. Because that's all you do. You run with your tail between your legs because you can't even face up to bullies. You claimed in another video that, for a start off, you got back at all your bullies apart from one that died. I don't think so. I think you got bullied most of your fucking life and you didn't have the courage to stand up to your bullies. You just put that into your own little brain to make yourself feel better because that's the sort of person you are.
So this was a debate that I had with Team Skeptic and some guy named Kick and
Camera ever so slightly. And I will show the viewing audience at home what I'm looking at so we can see it.
Come here, Charlie.
I'm going to put on my headphones so I can hear you.
There that is. You take care, Susie. It was not nice to see you, but good job. Whatever.
Are we there, my brother? Can you hear me?
Be the loser you are.
We hear you loud and clear, actually. My bad.
Okay, so this guy is a total dunce cap. This is the most uneducated moron you'll ever listen to. This guy is so stupid. It's incredible. Watch me just beat the shit out of this guy. He has no answers. Watch him. He's going to be lost the entire debate.
But let me put on my headset so you're not hearing yourself.
Just sure wonder.
And I know right where it is too.
Everybody should be good, and they should be hearing.
Here's where he starts to make
constitutional scholar that they know. So I see other people, and I think a lot of people.
Yeah, Septic murdered people.
I am.
You see, this is as low as you go. This is all you can do. You can't beat him brain to brain. So you try and pick on stuff that he's done in the past. That was a mistake. Now, murder implies intent. He didn't intend to kill anybody. It was a horrible accident. But no, you have to turn it into slander and murder. Because that's the only thing you are capable of doing. You're a soft little fucking wazzock, mate.
You said I'm an auditor. And I may do some audits now, but that's not what I am. I'm a game changer. And I'm going to change this game.
Yes.
So the first question that I had for you is, do you believe that reasonable, articulable suspicion is a reason for the police to involve themselves in your life?
Absolutely. I'm one of those people that don't want the government in my life.
This guy killed a guy drunk driving. He murdered a guy drunk driving. and he wants reasonable now that we know who David Omo is, this guy murdered a guy. He killed a guy in a drunk drive, and he wants reasonable articulable suspicion.
You see, this is what I've just figured out about you, Chili, right? Is that you cannot stand the fact that Team Skeptic has had a major brush with the law, done something pretty bad, didn't mean to do, served his time, learned his lesson, and forgiven the police because he understands that society needs a police force to keep the little things in check and the big things in check. And yes, there may be corruption in some of them, but at the end of the day, they're human beings. There's going to be corruption no matter what. And it really irks you that the only thing that's happened to you is something that you can never forgive, because your fragile little fairy tale snowflake ego is shattered and getting more shattered by the day. More and more people are hate watching you. You have less places to go. You have no physical places to go anymore, I don't think. I think you've visited about all the amount of places you can hide. And the crowd grows bigger and bigger chasing you. And you keep looking over your shoulder, because one day it'll be whatish, and your teeth will come flying out onto the concrete.
Turn it down!
It's absolutely necessary. So, absolutely, I do want the police to have some sort of valid reasoning if they're going to interject themselves into my personal life.
Interject?
So then you're against reasonable articulable suspicion.
Well, no, I mean your definition of reasonable and my definition of reasonable may be different.
No.
If I believe that if a police officer does think there's imminent danger, he should have the right to act on what he believes to be imminent danger.
Wrong.
I believe there are police officers that
He's
take advantage
wrong.
of that.
He's so dumb.
Absolutely, and we can. I'm sure we'll both agree on that.
No,
that
we
there
won't.
are police officers that take advantage of Terry versus Ohio.
Yes.
But for the most part, the purpose of Terry versus Ohio is to protect the average
No, it's
citizen.
not.
So if a police officer believes that there is an...
Okay, let me stop it here for a second. Okay. Terry versus Ohio was created so that black people would be grabbed by cops. I'm sorry that that's true, but that is true. That is...
You don't even know what the truth is anymore, do you, Chili? You don't even know the fucking truth. If it was an all-over body massager by Zane with a happy ending, you still think it was just being friendly. You try to rewrite everything in your past, like an Indian scammer, hoping that the new people that have joined your channel won't dig far back into your past and they'll believe what you've got to say, so you just get more and more views. Like the Indian telephone scammers do. They work by numbers. Unfortunately, there's that many people now that cannot stand the sort of person that you are. A low-level, scrubbing parasite.
And that is 100% the truth. This dunce cap here, he makes a channel and all he does is troll people because he doesn't have any skills. Lowest common denominator dunce cap. One of the dumbest, dullest people on earth. Alcoholic murderer. Merb's a fucking moron beyond the pale. I mean, have you seen Discuss Law break down Merb to absolutely zero? The guy's a dunce cap.
An imminent danger or an imminent crime that is about to occur,
this...
Terry versus Ohio does stand to be valid, in my opinion.
Because you're dumb.
I thought that you, though, were for the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I thought that's where you and I truly aligned. And the Fourth Amendment's very clear that no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation of the victim. So, but now you want to create a caveat to the Fourth Amendment. Would that be a correct thing to say?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. The Fourth
You want a
Amendment
caveat?
is... Well, there's all amendments are open to interpretation. The law is written the way it is, and scholars, they will be the ones that go forth and determine what the legality of the...
And scholars, you dunce cap, Clarence Thomas got affirmative action. He wasn't qualified to go to Yale. He shouldn't be on the Supreme Court. So, you fucking moron. You fucking idiot, David. Murderer. You're so stupid, dude. It's not how it works.
to Button Moon. We followed Mr. Spoon. Button Moon. Button Moon.
There's Button Moon, shining very brightly in the large blanket sky. I wonder where all those bubbles are coming from. The Spoon family are on another trip to Button Moon. Some of the bubbles are flying around the spaceship and going pop, pop.
We don't have scholars on the Supreme Court. What did John Jay say in Chapter 3 of the Federalist Papers? What was it? Oh, you don't know. Of course you don't, because you're stupid. You're uneducated.
The wording of the law or how the law is to be applied to modern society. We live in a society. We can't allow a law. The 13th Amendment, you know, I'm here to abolish the 13th Amendment. You know why? Because I don't think that anybody should be a slave. And in the 13th Amendment...
No, dude. No. Come on. Your purpose is to make money off of Back the Blue after you killed somebody. That's your purpose. Your purpose is to make money on YouTube. You don't have a purpose. You don't have a purpose.
Well, I'm good at choosing stories, that's why.
Well, so am I.
I'm not as good as me.
They say all people are not slaves except for those that are incarcerated. I say that's an ignorant amendment to have. So I'm not...
Okay. Let me help you, David. Ignorant means not knowing. So it's not an ignorant amendment to have. It's just you're using the wrong words. But then again, you are a giant dunce cap. So there's always that. You're a giant dunce cap. I already destroyed these guys. I mean, just destroyed them. Wait till I go to the part where I bring everybody in.
I have no idea what sort of farmer's fucking crop you're smoking, mate, but fuck me, it must be powerful shit. Okay, now I'll talk about delusions.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and you guys, you don't have to worry too much about blocking trolls and shit. I just expect them to come. I just expect them to come and to try to be hateful, but I'll just slow it down to like every 2 minutes or whatever. You know what I mean? But I just want you guys to watch this.
I'm not a constitutional absolutist. So I do believe there are caveats that need to be considered when it comes to each individual amendment. And the Fourth Amendment, I do believe the Fourth Amendment, as the Supreme Court will agree with me, has protected or is protected or does protect people that are under valid Terry stops. They are protected by the Supreme Court decisions.
But the thing is, though, Mr. Skeptic, is that we're seeing not one video, not 10 videos, not 1,000 video, but tens of thousands of videos now on YouTube. There are persons like myself who have entire careers that are based on making sure that we record police for transparency. And what you're saying is that you're not really for the Constitution, you're more for a police state.
No, I'm more for society succeeding and moving forward. Yes.
Like killing people?
So is it going good now then? I mean, let me give you guys just a quick recap here.
Yeah.
Murder rate.
It's going,
murder
yeah,
rate,
because you're making
highest
money.
it's ever been.
You're
Rape
making
rate,
money.
highest it's ever been. Child pornography,
You're making
highest
money.
it's ever been. Number one killer of all man in America, drugs. The war on drugs has been since 1971. Reasonable articulable suspicion has been since 1968. Are things getting better with investigating people based on a cop being suspicious?
Well, it depends on what your definition of better is. If you want to say that from one date to the next date,
Scammo.
this is the timeline that I choose to look at, then I'm going to invalidate you by just extending that timeline.
Oh, you don't
back
got to
about
time him
100
out.
years and saying, look where we've come.
Let him say what he wants.
And we are better over 100 years.
No, we're not.
We're much better as a society.
No, we're not.
The way we handle delivery of medicine to our people, or
They
the
don't.
way we control lawlessness in the streets. 100 years ago, it was worse for America than it is today.
No.
Your
I'm
audio fell off. Your audio fell
I
off.
muted
I'm
myself.
not hearing you for whatever reason.
Tequila, you're not going to fool me, honey. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tequila, I have so many emails and text messages from people just like you. I don't believe you. You're one of the biggest trolls I've ever met. I don't think you're switching sides to goodness. Michelle's one of the worst trolls ever. You're the same as Michelle. You guys are all the same. You have no purpose in life. It's just so stupid. But I just wanted to show you how stupid this guy was. I wanted to show you how absolutely what an idiot he is. Just the guy's one of the dumbest people on earth. And he's up there talking after he killed someone drunk driving.
All you've done, Chilli, so far through this fucking stream is bring up Team Skeptic is a murderer, is a scammer. This is it. This is the length and the breadth and the depth of your intellect. What you've got to start to realise is that now you're seeing all these trolls pop up, switching sides. The thing is, mate, is you can't trust anybody. The next stab in the back could come from your mods, could come from your best friend, if you have any friends. You're going to be all alone and dive into a complete and utter paranoid schizolism. It's going to eat away at you every single day like a paranoid episode. You wake up in the morning, you don't know what to trust. You go to bed at night, you don't know what to trust. Could be anybody next to stab you in the back. You've created that many enemies around where you are that you don't know where to look. And this is a hell of your own making, sunshine. And what do? You just carry on digging your hole deeper and deeper. You are a sad little muppet.
He killed someone. The guy actually killed someone drunk driving.
How to do it, and I just continue.
You're back.
Look at China. Look at China. Look at China.
Yeah, I'm all for prison
No,
reform.
it's not.
So let me come in here real quick because
I shouldn't need it.
this is great. This, I mean,
Hold on.
And he's not.
Let him.
So this next part here, this is great. This is great because all these people who troll me, except for the loser Michelle here, who doesn't ever go on, won't ever show her face because she's hideous, right? Michelle, you're horrible, but it doesn't matter. But now I want you guys to watch me destroy each and every troll that talks shit about me today. Every single troll you hear talk shit about me, in February or March when this video came out, I destroyed them all. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Guys, hold on. Listen.
I mean, you're gonna mute. Never read the Wickersham. He doesn't know what the next.
I want to get right.
We'll let Chilli respond, okay?
This
From a
guy.
cop to go, yeah, put him in handcuffs now.
This guy's such
No,
a
if
beta
you're being
male.
aggressive, I'm okay with them detaining you.
So I'm not allowed to have an attitude, or I need to go in handcuffs.
No, you're allowed to have an attitude, but you're not allowed to
I
fucking
wasn't
get out there and
aggressive. If I was
establish
aggressive, I would
dominance
put that
over the
cop
police
on his
officer.
ass, and I'd kill him.
No, you wouldn't have, man. Come on. You're not
Oh,
going
no,
to
I would
attack a police
trash
officer.
him. I would-
Just
you
like
know
you're
what?
not
Both
going to
of
go
those
steal
cops
one of
that
those
tried to
police
fight me,
cars.
I would trash them both together.
Listen,
Yes, I
just like
would.
you're not about to go steal police cars that don't belong to you, even though you think they do, you're not about to attack police officers that you feel work for you because you have some moral.
That wasn't the point. The point was that cops constantly act like they're tough guys, constantly pretend as though they're tough, when the truth is, if they didn't have on a badge and a gun, they would never behave that way. They would never act that way around me.
Now you see, Chilli, this is how it works. You see, inside your mind, the real Chilli is this curled up, fetal position little child, scared of everything, because he's been bullied all his life. Not because of nothing he's done, because of everything he does do, because he's irritated people or got on people's nerves. And he's been excluded from everything, from Dungeons and Dragons to the math club. Even wrestling, he counts 4th place as being his high point. And now all he does now is tries to bolster up his life, make believe Jack and Ori, I can do this, I can do that. You were offered a fight with Chad, you bottled out, you bullshitted about your knee and fucking high blood pressure, because that's the sort of fucking cowardly little bastard you are. Oh, fuck me, I'm not a fighter anymore. I used to be. But, you know, I'm getting on a bit. But I'm telling you now, Chilli, apart from you coming up to my waistline, you'd be demolished physically and mentally if you stepped in a ring with me. And face it, you can be as bravado as you want, but the facts are You're not hard. You're not a tough man. You're a weak, little, pathetic boy screaming at the back of a crowd. That's all you will ever be, no matter what you say or try to convince yourself. And the only way you can get back is by calling Team Skeptic a murderer. You can't even get the mental horsepower to defeat him on an equal termed debate. You are a pathetic little tosspot. And the only thing you've got left to do is pick on Kate because she's a woman. You see it as an easy target, somewhere to bolster up your ego. I'm telling you now, fuck me. My sister could rip the fucking head off your head. She fights like a man. She would absolutely kill you. You're just a soft little prick. And basically, you'll always be the same. You'll never change. And, you know, the only comfort you get is snorting your fucking meth. And your idea of getting people back is by doing frivolous lawsuits against people that you know aren't going to go anywhere, but are just going to give you more attention. Because that's what you're after, really, and it's a bit of attention. Because no one loves me. No one loves CHILLI, HOSIE, Maria, DECASTRO. Fuck's sake, go wear some tights and stand on the corner.
They simply would not. And so I've been tired of cops acting like they're tough guys my whole life. That's why I put them down like a rabid dog with my words. So I want you guys to continue to watch this. Now, Skeptic is just a total moron, but just it's not him that I beat the shit out of. It's going to be his buddies in a minute. That's that guy Kick and someone else. And people come in here like that loser Paul, like. And he's like, I'm a real lawyer. Paul, I could beat the fuck out of you in a debate. I could beat the fucking shit out of you in a debate. Destroy you. You couldn't even hang with me. I mean, if you want to talk about procedures of court, maybe you'll be able to beat me. But you couldn't beat me in a debate talking about the actual issues of America. And everybody knows that. I don't debate people anymore because it's just a beat down.
CHILLI, you can't even beat your own dick anymore. That's why you get Zane to do it after a fucking 6-hour oily massage with a happy ending.
Oh, Paul, get your beta male ass off my page, dude. I don't give a fuck about you, dude. You would never debate me. You would be destroyed by me, and you know it. I destroy every person I've ever debated. No one's ever beat me, so just saying.
Okay, CHILLI, stop talking shit now, right? You want to be loudmouth, you want to be a complete and utter arsewipe, that's your own fucking deal. Saying that you will beat everybody who will debate you, yet everybody wants to debate you, yet you don't step up because you're a chicken. You are a chicken wing. Everybody wants to debate you, you just don't want to debate them because you know for a fact you're going to look a fool, a complete and utter fool. And if you are so sure of yourself and you think not, take Irish Demon up on his debate. And it'll be for charity as well. I'll take Team Skeptic up on another debate. Or JL Warren from Bridges Divide. Or any of the plethora, even Kate. Take Kate up on a debate. You wouldn't like that because you'd get demolished. That'd be a real, that'd be the end of your ego completely, wouldn't it? Beaten again, over and over again. You've already been beaten twice by her at court. And she doesn't even study law. And you say you've been doing it for 20 years. You're just a joke, man.
Protect victims.
Well,
and when they change it to law enforcement for drugs, that means they could arrest you for having weed, even though you hadn't created a victim.
All right, so CHILLI.
These are bigger philosophies.
And maybe
watch this. I only turn this on.
Have those talks with
right.
when it comes to philosophical.
So he's not the best person because he's so stupid. But wait until you see the guys that he brings on here. Wait till you see the people that he brings on here. Hey, you guys, just so you know, all moderators, you kick Susie right off because Susie has like 30 or 40 troll accounts all with the same name. So the goal is to block every one of Susie's accounts. If you see the terms moderators, you see Susie, don't time her out. Just straight block her. Susie, you never get a voice on my channel. You never get to be heard here, Susie. Go somewhere else. But this is not your right to speak here. Every time the moderators see Susie, kick her off the page. Just kick her right off the page. Bye, Susie, forever. You never get to talk on my page. Your opinions never get heard. Ever. Ever. Oh, Camo, I don't really give a fuck what you think either, buddy. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Go fuck yourself. Okay, so let's get right back into
a message to this Susie. You are denting his ego, and you are getting a voice because he just can't resist. Whatever you're doing, love, keep it up, because you are really tearing into his ego and you really are winding him up. Nice one, lass, nice one.
So Tony, the beta male, and Kick both get their asses hand. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button real quick. See that thumbs up button right there? Hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Everybody hit the like button and put a number 1. Let me know where you're watching from. You can just straight block the people who are scum. Just straight block the scum. Just block them. Don't put up with them.
Oh, okay. So PhD Tony.
PhD
we'll
Tony.
start with you, and I'll let you have a conversation with him real quick, uninterrupted. And
this is not a conversation.
You know, PhD Tony's good people.
No, this is a full-on beatdown.
Is he the police state, prison state for Terry versus Ohio?
Well, I don't want to put I don't want to assume Tony's position.
Do you support the idea of reasonable articulable suspicion as a reasonable...
No, I have a question for you, actually. You don't get to put me conversationally on the back foot before you decide whether...
Hold on. Tony. Hold on, he can't hear you, Tony. Hold on.
Liberal. He sounds like a triggered liberal screaming.
Tony, I'm going to let you have a moment, Tony, to speak, and then we'll let Chilli respond, okay?
Chilli,
I'm going to let him, hold on, Chilli, I'm going to let him speak, but then I'm going to give you a full chance to respond. There won't be any muting at all, okay? Go ahead, Tony.
I had a question back when Chilli first appeared. He said that he doesn't like Terry versus Ohio because it gives cops the right to look at people and determine whether or not there is reasonable cause to
just by, good point, Tony.
Search them. Yet, when he was approached by a police officer, he looked at the police officer and he was magically able to determine the police officer's state of mind and his political leanings and his approach to this confrontation. So apparently Chilli arrogates unto himself the right to mind read other people, but he will not trust a police officer to understand circumstances.
Okay, let me give Chilli, I want to give you a full opportunity to respond to that so that you're not cut off. So
why don't you repeat his question so that the audience can hear it, because I couldn't hear you.
He was saying basically you are saying that you can automatically make a determination on the police officer's political leanings and intentions just before ever having any interaction with him. And then what was the first part of that, Tony? When at the same time he does what? You're muted, Tony. I don't know why.
I understand what he said. What he said was that he thinks that I prejudge the cop. Okay, let me put it to you like this. Cops carry around deadly force. The idea is that they can protect themselves. However, my life is in jeopardy every time I have a cop pulling me over.
Right.
You have to assume the worst at all times.
A couple of your problems, Chilli, is as follows. Anybody with an education or an IQ over 50 who dwarfs yours is a threat to you. So you instantly can't stand them. PhD Tony is a very intelligent person, especially in his own fields. And he's a very good judge of character, especially when it comes to you by the looks of it. I think your problem is that years and years ago when you got this this roofie charge, I think the police officer took you into the back of his police car, took you to a dark little road and touched you up, and you liked it. But you're so ashamed that you liked it that now you've made it your life's ambition to protect what little ego you've got left. You are a fucking knob rot. Grow the fuck up and get a grip.
You have to be able to prepare to defend yourself at all times. We have seen time and time again on not one video, not thousands, but hundreds of thousands of videos.
Yes.
The cops are violating our rights constantly.
Yes.
The cops are abusing and hurting people and using this magical word called detainment to put them in torture cuffs and torture them. And you can hear
Another
it on every
Susie
video,
account. Block
every
that
single
one too.
arrest video. People will complain about their wrists hurting. So, and secondly, you sound like a Brit to me.
Oh,
You're not an
no,
American.
Tabitha, what are you
So
doing?
He's an
you lose a lot of
Aussie.
credibility
He's an
right there.
Aussie.
It's a
He's an
foreigner
Aussie.
chiming in on our constitutional
But
rights,
he makes
which I
no.
don't
But he's
have any
making a good
respect for.
point. No, but I hold on. He's making a good point. He's saying
There's no
that
point
you're.
made.
Yeah, well, he's saying the point is that
I get it.
your main contention with Terry versus Ohio is that the police officers are making this assumption about the people that are they're implementing this search upon, but you, on the other hand, are making assumptions about police officers' intentions as they come up. You're immediately assuming they're all politically leaning in a certain way that's going to lead them to not okay. They have certain leanings in their life that tend to put them in an authoritarian state.
No.
Or an
I read the
authoritarian.
Warren
Or
Commission. Did you,
He's
Mr.
so-
PhD? Did you read the Wickersham Commission? Did you read the Knapp Commission? Do you know what the Seabury Commission is? Have you educated
ahead,
yourself
Tony.
in any way on the history of policing?
Let me hold on one second
No.
before you answer that, Tony. Whatever your
No.
mic's not coming through. You're not muted on my end. I don't know why your mic's
I'll
not
just
coming
answer
through.
for him. No, he's never
Hold
read the
on,
Mueller
let Tony-
Commission.
let-
No.
let Tony-
He's never read
let
the
Tony
testimony
respond.
of Dowd. He's never read the testimony of Bill Phillips. He's never read he doesn't
Okay.
know what the hell he's
Mr.
talking about.
DeCastro,
Hey,
it would
hold on.
do you very well to stop being a condescending
Kick.
little child for just
Hold
a
on,
moment.
hold on,
Allow
hold
him
on,
to-
hold on. Kick. All right, so we've done good without insulting, so I'm gonna try to.
I'm so sorry. I'm doing the same laughing I was doing there. Look at the look on my face there. Kick, you beta male bitch. Really, Kick. You are a beta male bitch, Kick. Watch how bad I beat the shit out of this guy called Kick. And now, and just so you know, since I beat the shit out of him, he's just obsessed. He's obsessed.
Try to keep it on non-insult.
Well, looks like I figured out what that laugh is, Chili. It's to cover up your internal anger, because inside you're seething, and you can do nothing but either cry, which you can't do anymore. You can't even act to cry, but you use this laugh to cover up all your hurt, all your internal anger. So every time you laugh, we all know we're getting to you, and we're getting to you very well. In fact, I think Kate's owns a city block, so does Irish Team and Team Skeptic. They own a city block as well inside your little pretty little mind. And soon they'll own the entire city of your mind, and you'll have nowhere to go. No more laughs, just plainly tears.
Could you not interrupt and be an adult?
Dominated him. I just
Well,
All right, go. Hey, hold on. All right.
Hey, shut the fuck up, condescending
Okay.
child.
Hey, guys.
Hold on, let's
hold
pause
on.
for a moment. Jack Sparks. Everybody, that's Jack Sparks, head of the DEA in Ohio. How's your daughter Emma doing? How's your son Andrew doing, Jack Sparks? How they doing? So that account right there, Jack Sparks, if you look him up, he's the head of the DEA in Ohio. How many people have you put in a dungeon, you piece of
Now, you
shit?
see, this behaviour of Chili should be a red flag to all his subscribers and followers. He's gone straight to this guy. He's not attacked anything about him apart from his family, making sly little passive aggressive threats. Oh, how's your daughter? How's your son? As if the guy's going to be bothered. Chili, you're just a piece of shit. The sooner you face that fact, the sooner you can get on with your life. You are a loser. You have accomplished nothing in your life, and you'll forever be a lolcow.
Yeah, Jonathan, I would dominate you too, brother. I would hold you down, little man.
Yeah, you get crazy. Come on.
Okay.
All right, motherfucker, let's get it on.
hold on. Listen,
I think you're gonna mute him so that way we can make points and have a discussion.
No, I'm not gonna. Hold on.
Shove
Hold
a
on.
pineapple up his ass.
Listen, my
That's
agreement.
The best thing he can do.
Listen, my agreement.
Than his videos.
Listen, my.
You can hear how Kick is just absolutely, just totally and completely enamored with my ass. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that or not.
Agreement. Listen, my agreement.
Than his videos.
Listen, my. I have an agreement with Chili that I'm not going to mute him unless it's absolutely necessary. And he's listen. No, but here's what I want to say. Kick, do you have anything you'd like to add about the Mullen report? Mullen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Does it say the cops were scum?
Hold on, Chili. Hold on. I got it. Chili, let him answer. Chili, let him answer real quick.
Triggered him.
Okay, go ahead, Kick. Chili, please don't interrupt him right now.
Triggered him.
Every single one of the commissions that you've brought to our attention for this so-called debate
that I've brought to your attention because you don't know a goddamn thing about them.
Become a debate, but instead deflected to other topics, all proceed from New York Police Department. These are not federal commissions that apply across the entirety of the United States.
But they do.
And so by uncovering these levels of corruption
but
that
they
have
do.
happened over time at New York is not a blanket statement to be used across the United States because they do not have the subsequent Supreme Court findings to support them.
You're wrong.
Now, when it comes to Terry v. Ohio,
let him answer, Chili. Chili, hold on.
When it comes to ties, Chili, you're too busy talking over people to prove yourself right instead of listening.
Hey, Chili.
Throughout the history of time, cops have been horrible.
Chili, listen. Hold on. Let him finish, though. Let him finish, and then you can address what he had to say. Let him get through what he had to say. He was explaining
you can't get through it. It takes forever to get the point across.
You're just getting mad because you don't want to be put in the corner like the toddler you are.
You got slammed, Kick.
Now,
you got
the ties
slammed.
in of these commissions that you're trying to complete, where you say, "Oh, every fucking cop must be corrupt because of all this bullshit with the Mullen Commission and the Knapp Commission, the Wickersham Commission," that must apply across the entirety of the United States because Terry v. Ohio hasn't been overturned yet because that just allows the big mean man policeman to walk up and say, "Oh, somebody's got a gun and let's just go ahead and arrest them." Where the problem lies is the fact that you do not understand how Terry v. Ohio was set. You see, it's not that these men were just standing around. The men were actually wandering across the front of a business that a plainclothes policeman happened to watch.
No.
Them casing and look.
So everything he's saying right now, this guy talking, the guy named Kick, who I just beat up right here, he's lying about. He doesn't know the history of Terry versus Ohio. He's just trying to find a way to be on my level, and he's not. You'll see it.
Chili, nobody wants to be on your level. If you mean removing half of your grey matter in your skull to get to your sort of level, you're on par with a sea cucumber, mate.
The reason why I'm airing this video has different reasons behind it, but there's specific reasons why I'm doing this right now. So I just want to make sure everybody can see that the reason why these people are so mad at me is because I beat the shit out of them in a debate. And this is back when I was still saying, hey, I'll beat the shit out of you in a cage. I don't really want to fight anybody in the cage because of my blood pressure right now, and I want to make sure I take care of myself. My health is more important than just beating up people.
You want to control your make-believe blood pressure? Then stop sniffing drugs.
As soon as my blood pressure is under control and my knee is back, I'll probably go back to, I'm only 48. I got a couple more years before I'm 50. So this guy just gets destroyed.
Please get old faster so we can get rid of you sooner.
The Botox will stop that. You're good. Now, look. All right, Chili, look. The guy to your left, Chili, is Artie. Artie's an actual lawyer, and he's very intelligent.
Nice to meet you, Artie. It's my pleasure.
And Kick's very intelligent, too. He's a law student.
No, he gets
They're both very intelligent. I respect both of these people very much.
Have knowledge, though.
So, Artie, would you like...
I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Who the fuck are knowledge?
All right, go ahead, Artie.
Okay, all I was going to come in and kind of request a question from him. was that it's my understanding based on what I was listening to.
So can you guys do me a favor? So no, I blocked Susie again. Just keep track of how many accounts she has, and then you can do that math on all the troll accounts.
It's loud,
Okay,
to be honest with you.
I'm talking into my mic. You can see it right in front of you. I'm not sure.
I see you, sir.
Okay, good. So my understanding is that you adhere to the NAP, non-aggression principle.
No, I don't.
No. I'm not a libertarian.
So then,
I don't believe in
what?
the NAP. I think the
well,
NAP
you
is
said
a
that
utopian dream.
Right. So I agree with you there. So
If
why
you
do
shove
you
me,
say
I'll
that
beat
you
the
were
shit out of you.
injured?
I don't believe in the NAP.
Let him ask the question, Chili. Let him ask the question, and you'll have full opportunity to answer.
I didn't
Go
say
ahead,
anything about that. All I was asking is that
you assumed that I agreed to the
There you go.
NAP,
Go
and
somewhere
I
else
don't.
then.
I think
Yeah,
Chili,
because of how you operated in the traffic stop. You
Yeah, I'm
said
not
there was
gonna
no
assault an officer. I'm not
you
gonna
committed
assault
no
anybody.
crime, right? You committed no crime according to you, right?
There was no victim.
So that's part of the NAP, is having this little no victim, no
then
crime
you know more
type,
than I do.
type
Thank you
of.
for educating me. Part of the NAP, there's no crime if there's no victim. Is that
Yeah,
right?
no victim, no crime if there's no alleged victim. So my question to you
So
is,
part of the NAP, I agree with. Thank you for educating me.
okay, good. I'm glad you learned something tonight. So my question, I guess that already answered my other question that I had here, was that whether or not you believed in the criminal concept of attempts. So I assume you do, correct?
The internal concept of what?
Criminal concept of attempt.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Attempt?
Yes.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it means. You have to educate me more.
So if I were to have a gun with the full intent of shooting you in the face, but I missed. No, attempt. And I'm charged with attempted murder because I tried to kill you, I tried to shoot you, but I was unsuccessful. But there was ultimately nobody injured. I should still be prosecuted, correct?
If you try to kill me with a gun, you try to shoot me.
And I was unsuccessful, but
Right.
but nobody was injured, nobody got hurt. Should I still be charged with a crime?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you tried to commit violence, though. You tried to create a victim.
And you caused enough fear inside of someone
so
that you violated their
creating
rights.
a victim. So
You created a victim.
if you ran that stoplight and you almost T-boned somebody, but it was unsuccessful, then you should have been able to go on your merry way if the cop saw that.
So I didn't almost T-bone anybody. There was nobody in the intersection.
No, I'm thinking of a hypothetical situation here. So the issue was the cop allegedly saw you running a red light.
I'll let you talk, and I don't want to interrupt you, but what you're conflating is the attempt to assault and commit violence against an individual and a traffic infraction that could lead to harm to another person. There's a big difference, and that's the model penal code, as you know, because you're a law student.
This just shows how much Chili really does understand about law. It's faced with a real lawyer who's spent some real years learning, and now it just shows how inept his information is. He's alright taking in the information and reading up on case laws and stuff like that, but he does not know how to interpret it or how to use it in any sort of practical way in real life. What a dumb cunt he is. And the thing is, he hasn't even got the hubris to admit when he's wrong. He has to be right like a 12-year-old schoolboy.
Crimes never existed until what,
Victimless
Gary?
crimes doesn't work. The two words don't work together. Try another phrase.
Lost.
There are such a thing as victimless crimes. You understand that, correct?
No. See, this guy's been planted in a box.
The vast
and
majority
the
of
box
traffic
in which
laws,
he
such as
was planted in,
speeding,
you can't see outside that box.
such as
Still
drunk
saying words that
driving.
don't make sense.
Oh,
Gun laws
did
are-
he just call out drunk driving? That's David Omo, the murderer, called Team Skeptic. He murdered a man drunk driving.
Victimless crimes. Those words don't work because he lives in a box. He can't get his brain
Speeding,
outside that box.
drunk driving, running a red light, those are going on the wrong side of a freeway. Those are all examples of victimless crimes.
Okay.
Are they not?
So then you go to the model penal code. What was the intent? What's the number one thing impaired by alcohol? Your judgment.
You understand that there is such a thing as general intent crimes, correct? There's no specific.
Yeah,
there
there's
can
all
be
kinds
general
of
intent and
crimes that the
specific
government
intent.
has created that should not be crimes.
Okay, if you are a constitutional scholar, you would understand that there's such a thing as general intent and specific intent.
Oh, if
The
I
vast
don't know
majority
this,
of
then I don't know
traffic laws
anything. If you're
are
not a
general
constitutional
intent.
You don't know this if you don't know that.
Is that where we are?
I mean, you've been acting very condescending.
I was about to say, Chili, you kind of held that. Yeah, you kind of held that position with me when you brought up several laws.
You see how David Omo, the guy who murdered the guy drunk driving,
No, there's no crime if there's no victim of running a light.
there's no intent for crime.
You don't. It's a general intent crime. The fact that you accidentally ran a red light does not take away from the fact that you broke the law, which is running a red light.
I did not.
Blocker.
I did not run a red light.
Hey, just for fun, you can block anybody you want. I just don't know you well enough to add you as a moderator.
Okay, but even in a hypothetical situation, I'm giving you an example of it. If you had ran a red light, the act of you running a red light does not need your intent to run a red light for the crime.
Listen to this brainwashed goon. He's literally saying, because the government said it's a law, then you broke it, then you've committed a criminal act. Listen to how absolutely stupid this person is. He's been a brainwashed goon. Look at his face. Doo-boo-boo-boo, doo-boo-doo-boo-doo, doo-boo-doo-boo-doo. I'm just the dumbest guy ever. I'm just so stupid. This guy's so stupid. He's just so dumb. He's just a dummy. I want you to hear his
okay,
words.
but even in a hypothetical situation, I'm giving you an example of it. If you had ran a red light, the act of you running a red light does not need your intent to run a red light for the crime to have been committed. And that's what.
Listen to that shit. Listen to that. This is what you call a sheeple. That is the definition of a sheeple.
So far, this stream has been nothing but some sort of self-projection of what you do. Chili, you don't realise he studied the law properly, not just looked through Facebook and YouTube, or read some books and tried to memorise it with some memory hotel trick. He knows what he's talking about. He can interpret the law. You cannot. And it irks you. It gets right under your skin, doesn't it? Oh, you can see it just, itching you.
Let me just pull this up. Let me get this.
That's what I'm trying to get to understand.
Why don't you just say what your point is here, dude? And try to paint me in a corner to get me answer your questions.
What I'm trying to say is that you're kind
of.
You're a walking contradiction. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm a walking contradiction. I'm for freedom and liberty and for the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. I'm for putting oversight on police. I'm for creating a third-party agency that films police. I'm for creating a digitized system of policing based on population and area, not 72 agencies over Ferguson. I'm for a common sense approach to policing when we have to have police to protect people in certain situations. But what I'm not for, sir, is the idea that you would come on here and try to paint me in a negative light and say, "Oh, look, he's a big contradiction." Why don't you just say what?
Well, I don't think I need to help you paint you in a negative light. I think
look at this fat tub of shit who he literally offers nothing and thinks that if you run a red light that you're a criminal. Look at him. Just look at the guy.
For those of you who subscribe to, say, me, Team Skeptic, Irish Demon, Bridge the Divide, The Plot Hole, Fight the Flat Earth, MC Toon, have you noticed he speaks in the same way as Flat Earthers do? Because he can't make sense of it himself. He diverts the questions, starts ad hominem attacks, doesn't address the question at hand, keeps sidestepping, and keeps talking as fast as he can, as a wider variety of things at once that he can, so his opponent can't keep up. It's a classic creationist, flat earther tactic, and he's trying to adopt that sort of move because he has no way of using discourse to fight on an even keel with these people. I mean, he's calling him a fat shit. What's that got to do with his arguments? Nothing, Chili. You're a small peck. You know, you have to look up at bar stools. You need a ladder. You tiny little shit. What do you have to do? Do you have one of those special seats that you have to step on to go for a piss on the toilet? Oh, Christ.
Yeah, you got enough paint on your own there,
I'm just
Chili.
in a negative light already.
Okay, so PhD Tony would like to add to that opinion.
Oh, watch this. This is a total smackdown.
Let me go ahead and get you on there, Tony.
Have a good night, man.
Okay.
Oh, are you out of here? Are you out of here?
No, I'm enough out of here.
I've got to go, but first I wanted to say one more.
Hold on, Chili.
How about you shut up until I finish speaking? How about you
Hold
shut
on.
up until I finish
Guys.
speaking?
Yeah, let him add his point. I'll give you full
How
chance
about
to.
you shut up until I finish speaking, and I'll keep on saying.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead,
How
Tony.
about you shut up until I finish speaking? You know why he's opposed to police? Because he showed it. As soon as Keeping a Criminal started criticising him, his main point was to threaten to beat him up. Come into a cage, I'll beat you up, I can hold you down with one hand. Violence was his first go-to. So he doesn't trust anybody because he knows what a violent, mendacious prick he is. That's why he doesn't trust the police. That's why he doesn't trust the legal system. And that's why he doesn't trust authority.
I fixed it.
Because he himself is
Thanks a lot, Tommy. I fixed it.
a lying, violent sociopath.
Wait, I'm a lying, violent socialist?
Sociopath.
Sociopath.
I'm a sociopath?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what he
sociopath
said.
is someone who, just so you know, the clinical definition, you call me a sociopath, I want to define that for people listening. A sociopath is someone who doesn't have the ability to feel empathy.
The point of the story is I know what it's like to feel alone and to have to pretend that you're something you're not. Oh, and also how my first kiss was with a Nazi.
And so
Pretty
anybody
much
who
the guy
follows
that you're
this
looking
channel
at
and
on the
sticks around
screen.
with me, you know that I often watch people get murdered, cheated, beat, raped, or killed by the police, and I'll sit and I'll cry. That's empathy. So what he's saying holds no merit. Because a sociopath is literally defined as someone who doesn't feel any empathy for others.
Chili, you've proved time and time again that you have no feelings whatsoever. I mean, there's countless times where you've tried to force a tear. Christ fucking hell, man. The only person I've seen the worst as you is Amber Heard on the stand, trying to force a crocodile tear out. I mean, what are you trying to do? What's going to be next? Are you going to try and rub Vicks vapor rub underneath your eyelids to try and get a tear out? God, man, you are fucking wrecked in the head, aren't you?
So that's what he's saying is just
No,
it's
what
fundamentally
you're
false.
doing is you're
So what he did right here is he called me a sociopath. Every single person watching this, it's like if I called Reunite America a sociopath. Reunite America cries when people get murdered by the police. We've cried on the phone together when we've watched people get murdered or kids or whatever. I've spent tears on the phone with Reunite America watching videos of people that we don't know.
Smell shite.
So if I'm a sociopath, the number one trait of a psychopath and a sociopath is that they lack empathy for others. And so it's impossible to call me, you could call me a lot of things for sure. You could say I'm a narcissist or I'm a fraud or a con or a grifter, and all those things can't really be proven.
Antisocial personality disorder is characterized by behavior patterns that include manipulation, deceit, aggression, and lack of empathy. Sociopaths tend to engage in risky behavior and violate laws at the expense of themselves or others. These individuals may have a compromised moral compass and are usually perceived as unethical, immoral, and irresponsible.
Sociopath.
sociopath.
I'm a sociopath?
Well,
Yeah, that's what he
Sociopath
said.
is someone who
Okay, so he's a total fucking dunce cap. That's the wrong thing to call someone who cares about other people.
Well, there's no conflict of interest in it, is there really, Chili? Because he's nailed the fucking nailed it right on the head there, calling you a sociopath, because that's exactly what you are. You're telling me that you spend hours crying over the phone about somebody you don't even know. That's the way the world works. You don't expend too much emotion, especially breaking down crying over somebody you don't know. It's not the way it works. If he was close to you, your father, your brother, then maybe so. I very much doubt you'd even shed a tear if your mother died.
let's just come on that. I'll be quiet again. And then I'll be quiet again. I heard
You're
you
a
for a second. So now let me take it a step further.
violent, uninformed, so that way you can pretend that you're right about everything. That's all it is. And Chili, hey, can you speak into the mic? I can barely hear you. Can you speak into your mic, sir?
Okay.
Please speak into your mic, sir. Chili.
So now,
Chili, I can't hear you.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hold on.
I was disingenuous.
Guys,
I want to take it
come
a
on.
step further. I want to say
I did
that
not say
everything
that.
I'm going to give you credit for what you said. I'm going to give you validation.
I didn't say you were disingenuous.
You did, though. You said everything I do is for the camera.
No, never used that word.
Okay, what'd you say then?
I said you were a lying, mendacious sociopath.
I'm a lying, mendacious sociopath. So I already discredited what he said about a sociopath. A sociopath can't feel empathy.
So Team Skeptic's either in the back doing what he does when he comes out with his veins all pumped up, or he's in the back drinking and getting drunk. Team Skeptic is hoping he doesn't have to kill somebody again in a drunk driving car accident. That's why he's not there during the debate.
A quick message to Chili followers or Chili subscribers that may actually be watching this. He has brought this up now about Team Skeptic's past, the mistake that he made, which could happen to anybody. He's brought it up now in this stream 25 times, roughly, give or take a few. 25 times. Every chance he gets, he brings it up, because that's the only argument he's got. Is a standard. I mean, when I was a kid, it was Nintendo versus Sega. Yeah, mine's better than yours because mine's got mega fucking processing power. Oh, mine's got Super 7 scaling. Well, this is the same sort of thing. He goes for the littlest, tiniest win he can to sort of back up his ego. If you cannot see this, then you're just as bad as he is.
I have the charisma and the voice to be able to
No, you don't step up for you because you have the charisma. You're a narcissist. You just love having a camera pointed at you while you talk. That's what you love.
What are you doing
That's
here?
why you're in this. And there's no there's no higher
Why are you here?
That's exactly what you're in
How
here
come
for.
you're here, though?
Just admit it.
But why are you here?
Just admit that you're up here lying about your expertise.
Okay.
You gullible fools who pay you money. Are you done?
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Tony.
Tony, go ahead.
So the social contract relies on everybody in the entirety of society. We as a society, we appoint officials whose job it is to enforce the law and whose job it is to interpret the law and whose job it is to write and make laws. And we appoint them even though we ourselves aren't necessarily expert in these processes. But you are assuming that you have the right to unilaterally disregard what those appointed officials have done.
Why?
You do not have that right.
Yes, I do.
And
Go ahead,
society
Sean.
does not give
Yes,
it.
I do.
Go ahead. Address that point.
So thank you for making a point. Appreciate that.
Address
So
the
now
point, Chili.
Let me go further. So I brought it up earlier, but Mr. Skeptic didn't reply to it. So you're right. I don't think that anybody should be appointed to a government position that's in charge of our constitutional rights for life, appointed by the Chamber of Commerce until the year 1913, where we then voted in the 17th Amendment for senators in 1913. The reason why we did that, I told you, is because of the Lochner era, Mr. PhD. So then how come it is we went against the founding documentation to elect senators in 1913? Why did we do that? We did that because it was a tyrannical state based on big business getting all the benefits and the little man dying. And that's what we're dealing with today. So no, I don't. No, I'm not done talking, sir. So now I don't agree with appointed people. I don't think anybody in government should be appointed, especially for life. Do you disagree with that?
No, not particularly.
No.
Well,
okay, so you agree with me. Nobody should be appointed for life.
I do agree that people should be appointed, but I don't think that people should be appointed for life.
How well is that working out, that appointment thing? Considering that if you go back to the 115 different Supreme Court justices, each one of their rulings every 60 to 120 years is overruled because they're tyrannical. So then why should we appoint people if it's not working out?
Citation needed.
What's that?
Citation needed.
Citation
he wants to know where you're getting that information.
If you're going to make that
I'm
argument,
going by the 17th
then
Amendment in
you've got no
1913.
business.
That's what I'm going by.
If you've got no business, if you're going to invoke that argument that every legal precedent gets turned every 60 years,
It
then
does.
you've got no right appealing to the Constitution. Because the Constitution was written many hundreds of years ago.
What a
you can
fucking
therefore
idiot.
argue that the entire...
Okay, I gotta stop you guys because I'm gonna educate you here. I didn't realize this would be an educational seminar, but I want you to listen to what he says. This man is a total moron. A total moron.
Sorry, Chili, but you haven't got the brain power to teach a rat how to shit.
Listen to what he says and then I'm gonna correct him.
You've got no business if you're going to invoke that argument that every legal precedent gets turned every 60 years, then you've got no right appealing to the Constitution, because the Constitution was written many hundreds of years ago. You can therefore argue that the entire Constitution is completely outdated and should be abandoned.
What an idiot.
Now, you're clearly not doing it.
That's illogical.
You're just unhappy. You're just
That's called
unhappy.
an illogical
You're just
policy,
unhappy.
argumentative
You're
policy.
just unhappy. You're just unhappy with the interpretation of the legal system by fully trained experts.
Okay.
But that's...
So let me stop it right there real quick. Okay, let me explain something to this fucking moron that you just heard. So the reason why laws get turned over every 60 to 120 years in our country is because the unelected Supreme Court passes upholds unconstitutional bullshit based on the zeitgeist of the culture. And so what happens every 60 or 120 years, approximately, from my estimations, from creating timelines of history, is that the Supreme Court from 60 years, let's go from 1896 to 1954. 1896 is Plessy versus Ferguson that creates legal racial segregation. That lasts almost exactly 58 years to the 1954 holding of Brown versus Board of Education that says, no, it's not constitutional to segregate people based by their race. That's unconstitutional. That goes against natural law. This fucking moron just now said that you can't invoke the Constitution when you're talking about rule of law. The rule of law is the Constitution, you fucking British moron. You moron. The rule of law is based on the Constitution.
You cocksucking pillock, man. You can't even understand. You've been told 3 times now that PhD Tony is not from the UK, but you continue to carry on saying he's British. Who's the fucking moron, really? Anyway, I'll cut this one around about here, because this stream that he seems to do, it seems that Chili just spends 4 or 5 hours every day talking into a camera. That's all he seems to do. It seems to be getting more and more. I mean, this particular stream was over 2 hours long, and to be honest, it's giving me a headache. I've been sat here now for 7 hours, 8 hours, just going through the first half of it. I'll split it up into 2 videos and get the next one done later on in the week when I've got a bit more time. I'd like to thank you all for listening. Please leave your comments down below on what you think about Chili and his frivolous lawsuits. If you wouldn't mind, drop a little bit of a clicky button on the subscribe, the like and share. Thanks very much for listening. Take care now.